Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to this new academic year. For some of you, the junior college, you have already had about a month's classes with your teachers online. And I'm so happy that you've had this opportunity, you and your teachers together, to explore this new means of teaching, of education, and face its challenges and find ways around these challenges. In many ways, this is a very different year. Something we could never have imagined. And yet one thing has remained the same. You probably can hear the sound of the raindrops. Every year, the beginning of the academic year is in the monsoon for us, and here we are again, pelting rain outside. It reminds us that, yes, there are challenges, unprecedented, unforeseen, unforeseeable, and yet life has to go on. And for us, my dear students, this is the challenge. How do we face all that life is throwing at us at this moment, which is difficult, which is scary, which is unimaginable, because from one day to the next the scenario seems to change and not necessarily change for the better. So how do we face all that? I think the only way that we can do that is to grit our teeth and say, we're not going to be defeated. We're going to go on. We're going to look at this new world and find it scary, sure, but also find it exciting. Because we're going to find new ways of reaching out, of educating ourselves, of communicating, of being together. Right now, I can imagine early days, the first month of college would have been a time to explore, to get to know the new friends and the new classes, to sit in the canteen, to catch up on all the news about how you spent your vacation. Vacation? What vacation? What canteen? What classes? Suddenly we're in a world that is by ourselves. But we can still make this work. And it's up to us, my dear students, you, your staff, your teachers, and the college, to reach out, hold hands. Ouch, social distancing. So not hold hands, but hold hands in our hearts perhaps, and keep going. This year, for senior college, we'll necessarily have to begin with online classes. And right now, in the next 2 or 3 days, your teachers are going to be meeting you in the various departments. They will send out links on Campus Pi, which you will click and you will join. Online classes are possible and we can make them work. But there are certain challenges to online classes as well. One challenge that I'm sure all of you have discovered already is that I can log into the class, show my face, wave my hand at my teacher, say a word or two, then put off my audio, put off my video. I'm still logged in, but I have gone away. And this is something all of us have discovered. So we all know that it's possible. Somewhere I want to remind you that you will be shortchanging yourself. Yeah, sure, you want to go and get yourself a cup of coffee or something, that's one. Sure, go right ahead. But if you do it on a regular basis and all the time and miss the entire lecture, who is going to lose out? You. So I'm going to ask you, each of you, to be responsible for yourselves in a new and different way. Is this education of value to you? Is this degree something that you want? Then you have to make sure that you earn it. And you have to make sure, because we are no longer in a position where we can monitor you second by second and step by step. It's up to you. How effective a learner are you? How responsible a learner are you? Ultimately, who will not benefit? If you bunk, you. So please, I'm reminding you, my dear students, that responsibility is yours. These are difficult times. We are all very, very aware of it. I know for you, for us, we are stuck at home, me stuck in the college, but most of us are in our homes. We're unable to move out freely. We cannot interact with our friends. That imposes its own difficulties, but there are other difficulties that your family is probably facing. Difficulties of health, difficulties of finance, difficulties of interpersonal relationships within the family, so much. We are aware of those. And we're doing our best. You must have seen there's a notice on the website that invites students who are facing financial difficulties in paying their fees or needing to pay their fees and installments to apply to the college, and we're doing what we can to either find you sponsorships or to help you with the payment, permit the installments. The installments, by all means, that we are working out the schedule of installments, but the permission has been granted. As far as the sponsorships are concerned, we are still exploring possibilities, but I'm sure we will be able to help each and every one of you. Find ways, find sponsors, find ways and means where your education will not be interrupted. But I want you to remember also that the college will have its own expenses. These days, with online classes, we have to provide the infrastructure for these. But apart from that, the existing infrastructure has to be kept going. The existing staff, I cannot say suddenly, oh, there's COVID, so please, you're all sacked. I cannot say that to our non-teaching staff. They are still needed. And they still need their jobs. So there is an issue of human justice involved here, which the college is trying its best to face. As I said, students facing serious financial difficulties are invited to approach the college, and we've had a lot of applications already. When and if we're allowed eventually to have classes physically in college, we will still not be able to have all of you coming into college on any one day together. We will have to arrange some kind of shift system, and you will be informed later about how this will work. Probably we will do it so that each class is divided into 3 groups or 4 groups, 3 groups really, so that each group comes for 2 days, Mondays and Thursdays, one group, Group B, Tuesdays and Fridays, Group C, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And during the time that you actually come to college, we will be doing things like, for science students, their practicals, for art students, group work, student presentations, etc. The lecturing probably will have to continue online because we would not want anybody to miss out on the opportunity of the lectures. Whereas the time when you come together in class could be a time for project work, group work, that kind of activity that would feed into your internal assessment. And that brings me to a very important point. Sorry. As you know, internal assessment in the past has been 25% and 75% is the semester end exam. Right now, we don't know what the situation is going to be and what our semester end exams are going to be like, how long they can be, how much we can actually question in that period. So we are increasing the number of marks that will be available in the internal assessment from 25% to 50%. So that 50% will be internal assessment and 50% will be semester end exam. That way, even if for whatever reason, God forbid, semester end exams have to be scrapped, we have enough, and you have had enough of an opportunity to assess yourself, and we have had enough of an opportunity to assess you, so that those marks can get counted as they were this year. Okay? One very important thing there, again, is is one way of ensuring that you are actively engaging with the educational process. It is a means to help you. And I would like you to take it in that spirit. Because it's a way of checking out that you are with the class, maybe not physically, but with the class in the journey towards the completion of the syllabus. These are just a few of the points that I wanted to mention. Your teachers are going to be talking to you over the next 2 or 3 days, and regular lectures for senior college will start on Monday. The timetable will be given to you also. So, all I want to say right now is, my dear students, all the very best, and know that I will be praying for each one of you as I have been over the last few months. God bless you.